Now, a while ago, I created a video called Hypixel Skyblock, the best carrot farm. And, a few days later, I kind of realized that it was pretty trash, I'm not gonna lie. Now, when I say trash, I don't mean that it was an absolute garbage farm. I mean, yeah, it kind of is now, but like it was at least viable if you didn't want to create a flat farm, which was probably 10 times easier. So yeah, in today's video I'm going to be going over the actual best farm design for not only carrots but basically every single crop. So yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Now, to start off, we're going to go to the original farm I made in that video, and yeah, let's just say that this farm, oh my god, I'm just cringing looking at it, alright? It's not the worst farm by any means, but compared to what I have now and what I know now, this farm is absolute garbage, oh my god. Now, in reality, this farm design isn't even that much different compared to the new one. However, there's a bunch of flaws with this one, so yeah, let's get into that real quick. Now, first thing I notice as a flaw with this farm design is that you are only one block down from the crop. Technically, I mean, I guess you could say two, even though, like, it's one, but you know what, that doesn't matter. As you can see, though, if I'm looking straight forward, right, I'm right above the hitbox, which is no good, because if you're going to be farming for a long time, it's not very comfortable to be farming like this. It's just weird. Like, if I put on my gear real quick, right, it's viable, but most of the time you're going to want your mouse, and just in general, you just want to keep everything straight, because, I mean, it's easier. And if you do anything remotely close to that, either you're not going to farm it, or it just doesn't farm properly. So yeah, that's the first flaw with this farm. Now, another key issue is the pathing. For this farm, I made it 5 blocks, which is what you want to do now with current farms. However, I made it so that there's water literally everywhere. If I go to the very end of this farm, you're going to see that the exact same thing that you just saw over there, where there was a bunch of pathways, is over here. And that's because I was dumb and I didn't make actually good pathing, which is important if you're farming for a long amount of time, which I assume if you're doing farming for either money or just XP, you're probably going to be farming for a somewhat decently long time. So yeah, that's definitely a key flaw with this farm, because you could be using the space for extra farm, extra crops, means better efficiency, but since there's just water here, you know, it's just not as efficient, which is bad. You want to be the most efficient you can be when farming. So yeah, that's flaw number 2. Now, the final flaw with this farm is that it's honestly not that easy to replicate. I mean, for the most part, it's not the most difficult thing, but when you're making an infinite farm, you want to make the farms as easy as possible to replicate, because, I mean, I'd rather spend more time farming than actually making farms, and especially with Basket of Seeds disabled, you want to make a farm that's super easy to replicate without worrying too much about planting for 5 billion hours, which, I mean, in reality, you can't really escape that, but, I mean, come on, this farm design just sucks for replicating. So, yeah, that's the last flaw with it. Okay. So now that all the flaws have been listed about this previous design, we're going to now move on to the spiral farm, which is now the best current design that I know, at least, and probably out of any other farm. It's definitely one of, if not the best farms. So yeah, this is the spiral farm design. As you can see, it goes in a spiral. I mean, I guess it's not super easy to see, but, I mean, it goes in a spiral. It's surrounding a wall, which I guess permits it to be a spiral farm. And it goes 5 blocks, and you have nice little paths. And over here, you can see that there's a bunch of sea lanterns. Now, those aren't required when building a farm, but I put them because, as you see, when you're about to turn, right, you don't know unless you have cords out. And cords, I personally find super annoying. So, whenever I see the sea lanterns, I can just quickly move like this. So, it's super useful, and this farm is probably one of the best farms, just for so many reasons. First up, it fixed the issue where you'd have to, like, tilt your mouse down, I guess, to farm it. So now you can farm straight forward, which is always really good. Another issue that was solved is that, like, the pathing. As I said, it's in a spiral, right? So it's super easy just to go anywhere and everywhere, I guess you can say. As you can see, this is the start, so all you do is just keep on going right. You don't have to hold any other button. If you really want to, during the turns, you can hold W just to make the turn a bit more slow so that you manage to get more crops when you turn. But besides that, it just keeps on going, and the best part about it, the reason why it's a spiral, is that you spiral all the way around, and then you keep on going to the next row, and then the row after that, the row after that, the row after that, etc., until you get to the end. Now, the end, you can do several things. You could put a teleport pad, you can put a ladder, and just, you know, swim up, I guess. That's what some people do. But, yeah, it's definitely highly customizable, and just such a great farm, in my opinion. Now, not only is it pretty easy to replicate this design, but it's also super easy to farm this design for, I mean, I guess long periods of time, if you want to consider that. I don't know how long you're going to be farming. But, yeah, it's honestly just really good in general for the fact that you can just hold down D, or whatever your right button is, and just, you keep on going. You don't have to worry about going up and down. You don't have to worry about choosing a path. It just chooses it for you, which is super nice. The only hard part is actually building this farm, but once you have built it, it's probably just the easiest farm design to farm at all. I mean, you could literally have an open hand when farming this. For example, if I set my keybinds to, let's see, let me get here. I'm so not used to doing this, because I sometimes do it, but not enough. But yeah, strafe right, if I assign that to button 2, all I'd have to do now is hold left click, and then right click, and then bam, I just hold this. I have a free hand. I mean, I don't have a hand cam, but yeah, you literally just need to hold your mouse, both buttons, and then your other hand is free to do whatever the heck you want. You want to watch YouTube? Bam, you could just grab your phone. You want to read a book? For some reason, sure, just grab your other hand. You want to, a drink, yeah, you know, drinking, very epic, you can do that as well. It's super nice. Now, another great part about this farm design is that the setup, honestly, isn't even that hard to do. All you need is 104 speed, which, I mean, Rancher Boots is literally the best way to go, but, I mean, if you have other methods, then, sure, why not? Go ahead. And then all you need after that is Death Strider 2, and you're pretty much done. There's really nothing else you need to actually farm this design. The only other thing that I highly do recommend, even though it's not technically required for this farm, it's basically something that you want to get, otherwise you're just gonna basically miss a whole entire row. And that thing that you probably want to get is 1.12 hitboxes. Now, the easiest way to do this without downloading anything is to use Minecraft version 1.12 point whatever. I mean, I guess it's just 1.12, but, yeah. If you don't want to go into 1.12 though, you can always use mods like Patcher or Skyblock Extras and activate 1.12 hitboxes, which basically allows you to reach 5 blocks instead of, say, like maybe 4.5. I'm not positive on what your reach is in like regular 1.8, but besides that, you're able to do this, which, I mean, it looks like it's hacking, but, I mean, you're literally just using bigger hitboxes from a different version, which I don't think anyone has gotten banned from yet. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's used at your own risk, but, I mean, I've used it, and, I'm fine. So, yeah, highly recommend it for this farm. A question I'm probably going to get a lot is how many of these farms you actually need to infinite. And to be honest, I'm not even quite sure, alright? I'm pretty sure I have island size level 4, and I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 farms around. I might have miscounted because math just hurts. But yeah, I have around 6 farms, and I still can't infinite it, actually, which I'm trying to fix. But, I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta wait just a tiny bit if you don't have infinite, which is annoying. So, if you have an island size one, I'd probably recommend anywhere from like 9 to maybe 10. But, I mean, for me, I'm gonna assume that I only need around like 8, maybe 7 even. So, yeah, that's what I think for these farms. But I know that if you have a max island size, you only need around 6. So, I guess take that to what you think, because, yeah. So that's gonna be the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if this video can get 50 likes, I'll make a full-on comprehensive tutorial on how to actually build this farm part by part, I guess, because, I don't know, why not? So, yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. That's not, no, there we go. Peace.